this is Glover Teixeira, UFC light heavyweight champion.
Hi, I'm Robbie Lawler.
What's up, fight family? This is your favorite MMA coach, Thiago Alves, the Pitbull.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Pedro Munoz.
This is Mike Brown.
Guys, I am Alexei Olenek, and welcome.
And welcome.
And welcome.
And welcome.
And this is We Want One Picks.
And you're watching We Want Picks.
To We Want Picks.
We Want Picks.
To We Want Picks.
To We Want Picks. Hi everybody from American Top Picks.
My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Jacob and I are going to walk through some of the Monkey Knife Fight lines, and we're going to give you our picks and plays. Monkey Knife Fight is daily fantasy. It is super legal. It's an app on your phone or a website, and it is a ton of fun. Go to wewantpicks.com/MKF. You sign up. If you make a deposit, they will instantly match your deposit. Instantly. And then you can just use the instant deposit match and keep your real money. You put in 100, they'll give you 100. Play with their 100. Their 100. Play a bunch of these lines. We'll walk through them. And if you hit, you could triple your money, quadruple your money, withdraw your real money, and now all the money left in your account was 100% free, and you can do whatever you want with that. It's fun. It's easy. So try it now. wewantpicks.com/MKF. Let's just hit a few of these bigger fights, Jakey boy. Main event of the evening, we have Calvin Kattar versus Giga Chikadze, and the line has moved down. They've lowered this line. We've got Calvin Kattar, 88.5 strikes, Giga Chikadze at 68.5 strikes. And the way this works, this is just strikes landed. That's it. Any strike that lands, not significant strikes, anything, big power punches, little tiny pitter patter. 88 to 68. Calvin's a high volume guy. Gigan, not necessarily. My opinion, if this goes to the distance, you hit the more and more. What do you think?
You know, I was actually, as I was placing bets this week, I was looking at this fight, and I originally earlier in the week I thought, yeah, Giga's just going to run through this guy. He's just going to do what Giga does. And then I was like, you know what? You rewatch that Calvin, that Max Holloway fight, and it's like, I could see this going a distance, and I almost put a bet for this fight to go to distance. If you think this is going to distance, I think they blow past this more and more. I think that Calvin can bring out a little bit more volume in Giga. So I actually love the more and more play on this, a lot more than I did earlier in the week for sure.
I actually agree. I mean, people are sleeping on Calvin. So first of all, we don't need this fight to go the distance. To hit this more and more, we just need more than 88 strikes from Calvin and 68 from Giga. Giga traditionally is not a high volume guy, but like you said, Calvin will be in his face. Calvin pushes a pace, throws out 1,000,000 strikes, and that could bring a little more out of Giga. And we may see Calvin looking to grapple. And if he's taking shots, holding Giga against the cage, those little pitter-patter shots add up. So I'm going to play the more and more with my real money right now. I'm just going to throw $10 at it because the move here is you play a bunch of these lines, a little bit of money, you 2.5 times your money, 3, 4, 5 times your money, and you get it back. So $10 wins me 25. I'm just going to lock it in, and we'll see how that goes on Saturday. And these lines move. So if you like a line, you need to hit it right when you see it. Let's go to the new co-main event. The new co-main event is 2 heavyweights. Both of them have zero interest in grappling whatsoever. Both of them are pretty tough and don't really get stopped. And both of them just throw 10,000 punches per fight. 91 to 75. I hate 91 in a heavyweight fight. I hate it. But these guys do have a lot of volume. What do you think here? Is this a less more situation?
Yeah, I hate doing that less more, more less, stuff like that. Yeah, that 91.5 is tough because these guys are both just sloppy messes.
I like Jay Sherman.
You know, it's funny is I watched an interview with him about his last fight. And he actually found out that he got fined $5,000 of his purse or something from the previous fight, like the week of the fight. And he said it just messed with him mentally and stuff. And that's one of the reasons why he lost the fight.
Why was he fined?
It was a USADA thing that apparently he popped for something, so it wasn't a suspension, but it was a fine. It was some weird kind of stuff that he was talking about. So he wasn't very happy about that. So he might come out and look a lot better than what he has. So I think Chase Sherman probably wins the fight, but yeah, these numbers are tough, man. I guess it's more and more, but yeah, go ahead.
So I'm just looking at it now. Jake Collier in his loss to Carlos Felipe, 130 strikes. In his win against John Vellante, 123. His win against Marcel Fortuna, 94. Basically,
and those are all guys too.
At,
yeah, and those are all guys too. Obviously, Vellante is a guy that you can just kind of beat on. But Carlos Felipe is a very good boxer, and he went toe to toe, and that was a split decision loss, right, against Carlos Felipe. And I like Felipe a lot as a boxer. So if he can keep up with Felipe, he honestly should have no problem keeping up with Sherman. So it's probably the more play.
And Chase Sherman, 117 in a loss to Parker Porter, 88 in a loss against Andrei Arlovsky. I'm looking at decisions here. 70 in a loss against Justin Willis. So that's low. But there was a takedown in that fight. Let's go more. I think more is the play here. I'll throw $10 at it. This will be the first time one of these dudes knocks somebody out.
Right, yeah.
Which is an exaggeration.
Like a one punch, just something wild.
Yeah. All right, let's lock that in. We'll look at another fight, and then we'll hit the slates, because the slates are where you can really make some solid money here. What fight do you want to look at?
Yeah, I'm interested. Oh, they don't have the
we're missing the
Brown.
updates. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was interested to see what that was gonna be, because I think there's gonna be a lot more grappling in that than originally I would have expected. Let's go with that Court McGee, because if he starts, that's an interesting fight, because this is really a grappler versus striker. Ramiz being the grappler, Court being more of like the old school striker, just kind of the tough guy. So if Ramiz is not getting takedowns, I could see this quickly turning into a more situation, because we've seen Ramiz before turn into a striker, right, or try to be a striker, and he almost lost his ear because of it. So this is kind of an interesting play. If you think Ramiz is going to get the takedowns, he should be able to submit him easy, even though Court's never been submitted before in his career. But if this turns into a striking match, this could easily be a more situation. I don't know how you feel about it.
Yeah, this is a tricky one, because Ramiz Brahimaj does have power in his hands, but he's not a very good striker. His path to victory in this fight and every other fight is grappling. Court McGee, he's good everywhere. He's not amazing anywhere, but he is good absolutely everywhere. And his path to victory here will be to somehow end up on top if there's grappling, or just stick and move and just be grindy and dirty. So I think, man,
it's tough. It's tough too, because Ramiz is a guy that gets you on the ground and doesn't punch you, right? He has 9 submission wins. All his wins are submission wins. He just wants to submit you. He doesn't want to just beat on you and mount you and finish you that way. So it's kind of a tough situation.
Yeah, and let's look at, I'm going to pull up the stats here on my other screen. Ramiz Brahimaj, 1 strike against Sasha Politnikov and 45 against Max Griffin. And that Max Griffin fight, it was late in the 3rd round that his ear fell off his head. So he probably would have gotten past the 51, but he didn't grapple at all. This is a less to me. And let's jump into slates. Slates are a really easy, fun way to get some favorable lines. I've jumped into main card slates, so this is only going to grab the main card fighters and put them together and give me some options. Knockout Kings is pretty cool. You get to pick any 3 fighters that you want. Any 3. Whether it's the main card, undercard, full card, you can choose whatever you want with the slates. You smash them together. If one of them wins by knockout, you get 1.5 times your money. 2, 2.5 times your money, or 3, 6 times your money for a KO or TKO. Looking at the main card and the main card only, Jacoby, who do you like here in your Knockout Kings? Anybody you want to win by KO or TKO?
Probably go. I'm feeling Joanderson Brito. The only thing that worries me is Bill Algio's toughness. I don't know if he's ever been knocked out before in his career, but it's the first time for everything. And if there's anyone that's going to knock anyone out, it's going to be Joanderson Brito. So I'd probably play Joe Anderson in that.
Yeah, Joe Anderson's solid. I assume Giga, right?
Giga's not a bad play. And then is
Borshev?
Vyashev? Yeah, Borshev. I go Borshev.
And Slava Borshev? Yeah, this isn't a bad one. Jennifer Maya's not going to happen. Rogerio Bontorin, probably
more of a submission. I could see Roy Vol maybe getting like a TKO, but he doesn't really knock people out. He just kind of hurts you to submit you, type of thing.
Correct.
He is precise though, but we'll see.
And Jake Collier and Chase Sherman, yes, they're heavyweights, but they're not. They've finished people in the past, but they're both so durable. This is probably the best play for the main card. Come in, build your own. I never risk 2. I always do 1, and I know 25% net profit doesn't sound like a lot, but it's free money. It's literally free money. You'll get 1 KO or TKO if you get to pick any 3 fighters. But my favorite thing to do, first, let's just grab one of the more lesses here. This is 3 times your money instead of 2.5. Caitlin Chikadze at 103, Jake Collier at 91. Honestly, this is probably a more. What do you think?
I disagree. I like the more for Jake probably, but Caitlin, I think it's gonna be less. I think Maya gets in there and gets nasty with her and puts her on her back. Because you saw her last fight, Vivi put her on her back, and she was literally on her back for 4 minutes of a round. She could not get up. I think Jennifer Maya could do that exact same thing. She didn't do it in their first matchup, but I think she understands what she needs to do in this matchup. So I actually like the less play on Caitlin.
And I'm looking at her stats now, and you are correct. Against Vivian Araujo, she did 127 strikes. Against Cynthia Calvillo, 69. I'm only going to do her wins. 73 against Shevchenko, and that was 3 rounds. 73 in her last fight against Maya. 82. This 103 is crazy high if we look at her line.
That Vivi one is kind of an anomaly as well because, like I said, she got dominated for 4 minutes that second round, got up, probably landed 40 strikes in the last minute of that second round, and then the third round just laid it on Vivi, where visually it looked like Vivi was getting the crap out of her. She was just tired, but she literally laid it on her. So I would guess that probably 50 of those strikes came in the third round.
She has 13 fights in the UFC, and only 2 times has she ever gotten past 103. So less for her, more for Collier. I like this. $10. What'd you say?
I saved you.
You did save me. Less for her, more for Collier. $10 to win $30. Let's lock that in. And we're just going to look at 2 more things. Let's take a look. We'll go back to the main card slates. I like to just see what the rapid fire is. Rapid fire, it's Caitlin Chikadze more than Jake Collier. No.
Oh, there you go.
And Jake Collier gets bonus strikes.
So what
this is, you don't care how many strikes. This is just saying who between these two do you think will land more strikes? And Jake Collier is getting 12.5. Then we have Calvin Kattar and Slava Borshev. Slava Borshev is getting 9.5. Gotta go Calvin, right? 5-round fight.
5 rounds, absolutely. Because Slava, I don't think Kattar, I guess he could finish Giga, but if he does well, it's 5 rounds where Slava could throw one kick and put out Dakota with his power. So, yeah, I think this is an easy play all the way. I like this.
I'm loving these lines right now. This is the most confident I've been with. So $10 to win 30. Part of me was like, let me throw 100 at it or 50. But every time I get greedy,
there's a 250 there too. There's a 250 there too.
That's the max. Not happening. I'm just going to throw 10 to win 30. I mean, we could leave
even pennies add up to dollars.
That's 100% true. And the last one I will look at, let's go back to the main card slates, is a 3-for-3 parlay. I love these normally. Man, I was hoping we'd get Caitlin Chikadze again. Mm-hmm. So 3-for-3. Actually, we may get her here. We did get her here. Oh, man.
Oh, and Jake.
Here we go. Here's some more free money. Although,
less, more.
If Caitlin gets past this line, it blows up every single thing because we have her. But so
that's what makes it fun.
This is 5 times your money. Caitlin Chikadze and less. Jake Collier more. Calvin Kattar more.
Probably.
We said more before. Let's look at this other one before I lock that one in. We got Slava at 80, Maya at 76, and Chase Sherman at 75.
I don't like any of those.
Okay. Let's go back here. I have an iPhone and a MacBook. Let's go back here. I'm going to lock this in, and this is my money. You do what you want. We got less, more. This is 10 to win 50. 5-0. Locked it in. Guys, those are some of our picks and plays for Monkey Knife Fight UFC Vegas 46. It's fun. It's easy.
For the love of God, just sign up. Just sign up.
I have kids. I have a mortgage. wewantpicks.com/MKF. Sign up, make a deposit. They instantly match it. And I always say this, and they hate that I say this. Just use the free money. Use the deposit match. Play with that. You lose it all. Done. You win. Awesome. And you're up. And you didn't risk your real money. It's a ton of fun. It's for all the sports. I'll see you on Saturday for our pre-fight live stream.